Please, everybody come inside the temple campus.
In one version of the Buddha's enlightenment story, in the traditional Pali Sutras, it says that the Buddha sat under the tree, and in the third watch of the night, he perceived the chain of causation in ascending form and descending form, and then he became enlightened. The chain of causation is the 12 links of causation in traditional Buddhism. Starting from primal ignorance, I begin to form something, and I begin to conceptualize and begin to make something out of my experience dualistically, and then desire arises, like and dislike arises, and then I begin to cling and attach to like and dislike, and ultimately that leads to old age and death. So that's the chain of causation in the ascending form. And the descending form would be just the reverse. So if we put that in Zen Master Sung San's language, it means something like this. You make, you hold, you attach, then you get. And if you don't make and don't hold and don't attach, then you perceive your primary ignoring of the fact of existence as it is, and you wake up. So in that version of Buddha's enlightenment, you could say that's a psychological individual mapping. You know, I have ignorance, I make things, I begin to cling to something, and I get attached, and then the world of desire appears, and then I'm caught. And if I can mindfully perceive that and let go, let go, let go, let go, as Daesun Sanim used to say, don't make anything, don't hold anything, don't attach to anything, then it all comes down and everything becomes clear. So that's a psychological mapping, individual kind of chain of causation. From one thing leads to another, and we get caught gradually. The Zen version of Buddha's enlightenment, the story is a little bit different. It says that Buddha sat under the Bodhi-Tree, fiercely determined not to move until he got awakening. And he sat there so long that reeds began to grow up through his sitting mat, which the guide said before was made of kusha grass. Reeds began to grow up through his sitting mat. A magpie made a nest in his head, and spiders made webs on his eyebrows. And as someone in the New York Zen Center told me once when I told this story, magpies are very loud birds. So if you sit practicing with a magpie nest on your head, you have to really be determined. And according to the story, on the 8th day of December, when he began to get up from his meditation, he perceived the morning star and suddenly awoke. And then, according to the story, it says, he proclaimed, "Now I perceive that from the very beginning, all beings are imbued with the Buddha nature." Or another translation of it says, "I and all beings and the great earth together attain the way." So that statement, I, all beings, and the great earth attain the way, is not just an individual psychological mapping. That's a statement of interdependent causation. I and all beings and the world itself all together interdepend and interconnect. And so my enlightenment is not just for me. Siddhartha, Prince Siddhartha, was born in Lumbini, but Shakyamuni Buddha was born here under the Bodhi-Tree. And the great Thai meditation master Ajahn Chah, he said there's a meaning behind the fact that we celebrate Buddha's birthday and Buddha's enlightenment day and Buddha's death day all on the same day. Ajahn Chah said, at the moment that Buddha attained enlightenment, he died as a small being and was born as a great being.
Tas pats jausmams izpūdžams, pojūčiams,